1077. Entrepreneurs Corner this Tuesday. Don't miss it.
We're making money this year.
Entrepreneurs Corner, a show where we share tips on how to grow your business. Join Matthew Oluwasegun Ijabike, also known as MOI, as he engages individuals who are making giant in different vocations, taking you through their success story, challenges, and coping mechanism. Entrepreneurs Corner on this station, Melody 107.7 FM on Tuesdays, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. For advert placement, call 0809-511-1077. 0809-511-1077. Entrepreneurs Corner this Tuesday. Don't miss it.
We're making money this year. We're making money this year. No matter what them do, just be better this year. This year. Odoyin, asan wa sere, asan wa sayo, asan wa se gbogbo nkan, eyan fi layo, asan wa sere. My graduation this year, my promotion this year, my freedom this year, getting married this year, Abi molemo, kole moleo, roko moko, alafiye to pe. If you believe, say amen, say amen, 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 amen.
J1. I am Matthew Oluwasegun Ijabike, but as always you can call me MOI for short. Today I won't be doing this alone.
Yes, it feels good to be back here on Entrepreneurs Corner. My name is Oluwaferomi Oladipo. Entrepreneurs Corner fills your airwaves every Tuesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. where we share valuable tips on how to grow your businesses and bring in accomplished entrepreneurs from different legitimate vocations and trades to share their success story, including their challenges and coping mechanisms, and encouraging others into business tips.
Into business ownership.
Yeah.
All right. You can partner with this program by way of advert placement. To do that, please reach out to 007-292-4393. Again, 0807-292-4393. We are live on Facebook at Melody 107.7 FM. If you remember, we were talking last week about about the recent increase in fuel price and how it has affected transportation expenses. Do you know if it has also affected prices of goods in the market?
I would say
I didn't know, I already had the answers. No, I didn't know. But if I had known, the life I was searching for was looking me right in the eye. Oh, if I had known, the life I was searching for was already my own.
All right, that was Iwe by Adekunle Gold, reminding you to look before you leap. The land can be greener here in Nigeria. Yes, I'm not saying it's wrong for you to japa, but before you japa, look before you leap. Yes, because some people made their country great. That's why it is worthy of emulation. So we can actually build our Nigeria and make the land to be green here in Nigeria. It's an Entrepreneur's Corner on your darling radio station, Melody 107.7 FM. All right. Victor Akpan is a business consultant, trust advisor, and leadership strategist with deliberate passion for helping individuals grow their innate potential and workplace knowledge, as well as reshape their mindset about themselves. He has mastered his craft over 10 years, offering mentorship to business owners and transforming individuals and organizations through unparalleled expertise in business reengineering. Victor is a 2018 graduate.
People that are trekking, I need to come up with an Uber service. That was a business idea. Oh, wow. Someone thought through the process and said, how do we limit the stress of people traveling from place to place? Commuters were stranded, so someone bet that idea. That is why we have Uber services everywhere around the world, giving employment opportunity to millions of people. So the business begins with an idea. It must be bettered, and then there must be a need you're trying to meet. There must be a way the business must directly or indirectly satisfy, improve, add value to somebody out there. Now, mind you, nature is against a lacuna. So the clothes you wear was made by someone. The shoes you're wearing was made by someone. It's not rocket science. So what have you done to benefit humanity? If you have this hunger, if you have this passion, then it's easy to bet for the business. So you can go to a secret place and then think of what can I do as an individual to better the life of somebody out there. If you can think through it, it's only a matter of time. Sometimes it may not necessarily be a new idea altogether. The Bible has made it clear that there's nothing new under the sun. Perhaps it could be a fraction of extraction from an already existing business idea. I have someone that is trying to do a partnership with WhatsApp. There's something they did not have. He just noticed it and he decides to partner with them for that to come on their platform. So it's not a big deal for me, but you don't just wake up in the morning and want to jump into the marketplace and become a business person or entrepreneur. It doesn't work that way. You must first go to the secret place and give birth to an idea. That idea must be able to make a difference in people's life. I'll give you an example. There was a time where you need to travel from one place to another using train.
Very true.
And it probably might take days. Or you want to use public transport, it probably might take weeks.
Yes, very true.
The Wright brothers gave birth to the idea of an aircraft. And Lagos to Abuja is less than 2 hours. That's someone's so that's the difference. So the person has sat and thought through, how do we reduce the stress? How do we make life easy, simpler, more pleasing for people out there? So the business must necessarily begin with an idea. You must be able, if I want to go through the list, it's a long list, and I can arrive at a conclusive end, which is undeniable, that capital is the least on the list of what you need to start a business.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akpan. That was a lot. I mean, I want to believe that people out there are taking note of this expertise, what is dropping, the bars that is dropping. I want to believe that people are taking note. You said something that to start a business, you must start with an idea, and you must ensure that your business is answering the question or is filling a gap in the society, is solving a particular problem in the society. That brings me to this question. Do you think business is meant for everybody? I mean, to start a business, you must have an idea, right? How do you know? I mean, it's a 2-in-1 question. How do you know that, okay, this idea, I think I can do it, I can start this business, I can push this business into the market and it will solve a particular problem? Or, and also, how do you know that, okay, it's you that is meant to do it? I mean, some people will say...
She lives close to me, so she's earning more from the fashion than she's earning from the salary.
Oh, wow.
And I knew why it's difficult for her to conceive the idea of trying to start a business. She has 2 machines. She sews in her house at her leisure. And the money she makes from one clothes is equivalent to the salary she earns in a month. How do you beat that? That someone works 31 days and earn a salary that you make in just
one night.
So I knew she has a problem, which is the general problem we have in this part of the world, is the fear of breaking out. People are actually held spellbound in that fear. The reason is simple, and I can say it for free. When you're starting a business, you can't predict the outcome. That's the truth.
But salary comes with certainty.
So you're sure that these 31 days, you don't need to pray to God. Somehow, the employer is faithful. He's going to pay you at the end of the month. So why risk that for something you're not certain?
Sure.
You're not sure. You're not even able to fathom how you're going to work it out. Because I asked her, if you're making more money than the fashion, than the salary you earn, why don't you own a business? She was like, so you are down the valley. I would need to sort out all these guys before I reach you. So it takes patience, it takes perseverance, tolerance, it takes consistency, it takes a whole lot of discipline, because waiting for the man to be ready to carry you through this journey is a big tax. Moreover, you're running out of time.
Okay. All right. Now, you've spoken about a lot of things. When you were talking about what my partner, friend of me, was asking you the other time about what it takes to start a business. You mentioned so many things. Now, when I was growing up, what we were told was that business is the act of providing services and then buying and selling of goods with the ultimate purpose of making profits. Now, all you said was just about you should identify a need, identify this, solve a problem. The major people understand, how will all of this now culminate into putting food on my table? You understand? You made it look like I shouldn't put money ahead of my my ambition. That it should just be about meeting needs. As I'm meeting needs, how will all these things?
What's the end goal of that?
Exactly.
What's the end goal?
Apparently, every business.
Am I growing the business? Am I going into business?
May not be able to drive the business to a good place, but again, the main goal here is not money, because if you're chasing money, you failed from the beginning. The main goal here is to be able to meet needs in people's lives, satisfy the undeniable dissatisfaction of customers out there, and it's only a matter of time you get paid for it.
That's a lot. That's a whole lot. Yes, if you're wondering what's going on, it's still Entrepreneurs Corner on your darling radio station, Melody 107.7 FM. Yes, we're going on this break and we'll come back and we'll dive right into it again. Please fasten your seatbelt. We'll be right back.
I know this kid's a bit.
Bros, if you no love, what you get? Victor Eddie, na na na, yeah. Pray for grace, my G. I say pray for grace. Oluwa ma gbagbe mi, I want all this money. I want take the same step where I take last year when I work for me. Oh, Lord, as I dey grind, I dey hustle, bless me with this money. Honor your hand that day, I say make you run out for me. If we don't make money, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If we don't buy the best, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If we don't get control, wait till we get. Wait till we get. If we don't make money, wait till we get. Wait till we get. Lord, you know what to me, how you don't talk, make you manifest, oh Baba. This street now, I bless up who are super, say carry first, oh. Now your grace, I tell you, leave, I know if you play attack and defense, so at the same time, and I thank you. Let's say even when I the class, you still give me the talent to give make a pass. When they ring na family they call. If not be billing na something they solve. Anyhow you be, my money is involved. Oh, you are blessed because I don't feel all. So much pressure on them, they figure. I say $1, I still want that 10 figure. I need the kind of money where go make them go to say who be this black schema. You wait the money and you wait till
Yes, that's Waiting Again by Victor AD that is telling you that you should actually evaluate how you spend, how far you have gone or how far you have come on whatever venture you are into, and then review it, and so you can have a better outcomes. And that's by Victor AD. All right, it's your Entrepreneurs Corner on your dialing radio station, Melody 107.7 FM. And our guest, a business consultant, Victor Akpan, has been telling us what it takes to run business in Nigeria. Victor, thanks for staying with us.
To manage. Do you have financial capacity management? Can you manage people? Are you the person that is coming to my mind now is David. How can you manage 600 people who were like recalcitrant? These men were wildlings. At a point they wanted to stone him and it was still nice, and they became mighty men. So can you manage one person as a staff?
So
Not to talk of managing 10 people or 20 people,
So you're saying if you want to start a business, there are some skills you need to have first.
Absolutely. You don't
That's,
just
money management, financial management,
financial literacy, financial intelligence,
management,
effective
customer
communication. You need to work on your trustworthiness and integrity. Like I said, he was able to raise over 100 million naira because people could trust on it. I know him as a person. I have taken clients to put money in the business, and I don't have a regret.
Okay, now still coming back to the question about the sources of getting capital. You've mentioned the family. Now, are there other sources?
They are friends,
okay,
relatives. You can crowdfund, but unfortunately, it may not work too well in Nigeria. It works well overseas. They do a whole lot of crowdfunding overseas.
How does it work?
There's a colony of friends. Take for instance, you belong to a club. You are in a church, right? You are in a unit, maybe the singles unit or the women unit or the men unit.
Or your neighborhood or something.
Yeah, so it's easy. Maybe there's actually a community group where you belong, so you can talk to them that this is what I'm trying to set up.
A9 or any
either of them, and once you're able to get that, you give a name. If you're registering just a business name, because there are 3 categories: there's business name, there's enterprise, there's limited liability company. So if you're registering a business name, it's just that simple. Enterprise has to do with something that you might probably need to break out. The company is just one, but there are other things you're doing. So you need to get your tax ID, you need to get your FIRA certification and all that. In that way, now you're able to get CAC certificate, gives you the authorization to run a business in Nigeria. So that CAC certificate is what you can present to anybody anywhere. Yes, because take for instance, like I said, the corporate account you want to open, they're going to need it.
Yes.
So you need to tender that, and even an investor wants to give you money. Nobody's going to give you money by hearsay.
Okay.
You need to present, the certificates from the Corporate Affairs Commission, because it has to be signed, dated. And
you say 30,000 naira is what it takes to register.
At least.
Or it can be more than
just
that.
For the business name. Yes.
Some people now, someone listening to us now will say, if I add that 30,000 out to what I've invested into this business would,
money for the business. Nigeria, we have a system where is a wonderful system. So it's not allowing businesses to thrive. Take for instance, 95%
to grow the business.
The funny part of it is that you might run at a loss.
So your consultation is not pocket friendly.
Hold on. You might run at a loss that is triple of that if you don't get the right idea or you don't get the right direction.